Am I afraid of detransitioning? Yes. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Ashley here, and today I want to talk about a controversial issue that's been in the transgender community, and that's detransitioners. So I've been seeing a lot of detransitioner videos pop up in my feed recently. A lot of transgender guys are giving their opinions on detransitioners. A lot of detransitioners are giving their opinions on transgender guys, and it's just been kind of a hot button issue. So of course that means I want to address it. So, as you guys know, I'm transgender, I'm 15, and so far all I've done is socially transitioned. But I'm seeing a lot of people with the same kind of story as me come back to YouTube about 3 years later saying that they're detransitioning. Now what does that mean? So for me, detransitioning means, you came out as transgender, you start transitioning, whether that's socially, medically, physically, whatever, and then you go back. So why is this? From what I've seen, a lot of these people have experienced mental illnesses or trauma, and it's really sad. A lot of mental illnesses make you feel disconnected from your body. It's not just gender dysphoria. So I think the new wave of transgender youth needs to be really careful about what they're doing with their body. I think before anyone transitions, you really need to see a therapist, not just a gender specialist, a therapist. That's what I did, and it really clarified a lot of things for me. Now I'm lucky because I don't have any other mental illnesses that I've been diagnosed with other than gender identity disorder. So there's really not that much doubt in my mind that I'll transition and I'll never detransition. But I do want to say, am I afraid of detransitioning? Yes. Although even as a kid, I've shown almost all the signs of being transgender. I've never felt any way different. I'm still afraid of detransitioning. I've seen people who, they go on TV for 8 years, and one day they wake up and they just want to stop. And that scares me. Why do people do that? I'm going to treat this video like a PSA. This is really just to say to a lot of transgender people that you need to make sure, you are really transgender and you have gender dysphoria before you medically transition. And I'm a trans medicalist, but I think even trans medicalists out there, you guys just need to make sure that you actually feel gender dysphoria, because a lot of the times, what you might be experiencing might be a different mental illness, might be effects of trauma. Less than 1% of the population is transgender. So I just think we all need to really take that into account before we really make irreversible changes to our body. I've watched a whole bunch of videos from detransitioners because I want to study it. I want to make sure that I'm not going to be one of them, I would never regret socially transitioning. I feel so confident now, because people call me a he and a guy, and I love it. The clothes that I wear now, I feel so comfortable in. And for me, I binded my chest and I wore a guy's clothes. I cut my hair short and I went by a guy's name even before I knew what transgender was. That was just, I never tried to be FTM transgender. I always just tried to be myself, and it ended up that myself was FTM transgender, unfortunately. But that's the way it's been for me. So I really doubt that I've ever detransitioned. I've never had a thought that I ever wanted to go back. I could never see that. But I just really think you need to be careful, because every single thing that you do medically for transitioning is gonna be with you for the rest of your life. So you gotta really think about, okay, when I'm 80 years old and, my hair is falling out and I'm turning gray and my voice is shriveling, you're growing older. Do you want to be a guy? Do you want to die a guy? Do you want to, because you can say, yeah, I want to be a guy in my 20s and look hot, but when you're old and shriveled and wrinkled, do you want to still be a guy? To me, yeah, that's obvious. Growing old as a woman is one of my greatest fears. I'll have nightmares about it. I'll wake up in sweats in the middle of the night, wanting to burst into tears, just hugging my chest, trying to like that. So that's horrifying to me, but it's really a bigger thing than a lot of people will give it credit for, transitioning, because it's really becoming so normalized, but it is not normal. You need to make sure you have it before you transition, and you might think you have it, and you might think you have gender dysphoria, and you might be a trans medicalist and everything, but you need to make sure that you really know. You need to make sure that you're not mistaking another mental illness for gender dysphoria, especially if you have a lot of mental illnesses. Definitely go see a therapist. But if you're transgender and also like a whole bunch of other things, it's really less likely, I think, that you'd be transgender. I don't know if that's how statistics work, but you would have to be very, very unlucky for that all to line up. So just check, guys, because, you know, personally, I think we need to all respect detransitioners. They've obviously experienced something that's been horrible and made wrong choices, and they're back now, you know, as their birth sex, and we need to look at them and understand why they did that, give them respect, because I don't want to see more detransitioners in the future. I just wanted to give my opinion on that. If you guys agree with me, comment below. If you guys don't agree, comment below. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. This has been an asshole. So, bye. See you guys later.